Welcome back, and Hala joins me now in the studio. Hala, what's up first?
Well, 3 days after a massive earthquake devastated the Haitian capital, Port-au-Prince, the number of casualties is still unknown. The International Red Cross is estimating that at least 50,000 people are dead. But as BON's Linda Kennedy reports, international rescue workers, including a team from China, are on the ground and have begun their sometimes harrowing work.
The scenes are horrifying. Total devastation as far as the eye can see. Port-au-Prince, once home to 3 million Haitians, is fast becoming an open graveyard. An estimated 90% of buildings have collapsed. Hospitals which should have treated casualties have crumbled across the city. Even the presidential palace, government buildings, the UN mission headquarters and cathedrals have not escaped the devastation. International aid agencies and governments from across the globe have pledged aid and assistance, but the country's infrastructure is so badly damaged that much of the aid cannot get to those who need it. Still, international relief efforts are gradually making headway. A team of 50 Chinese aid workers has been in Port-au-Prince since Thursday.
There are 50 of us going to Haiti. We received the call and we're ready to leave in just 1 hour and 20 minutes.
The Chinese team has set up a rudimentary field hospital to distribute medication to the thousands who require it. But team members have been overwhelmed by the demand and warn the supplies they have brought will soon run out. Meanwhile, as rescue efforts continue in the disaster-stricken area, families back in China are anxiously waiting news of 8 Chinese citizens who are believed to have been buried under the rubble of the collapsed UN headquarters in Port-au-Prince.
4
Chinese peacekeepers and 4 people from the Ministry of Public Security Working Group were buried under the debris of the UN Stabilization Mission building.
It's understood the 8 were discussing peacekeeping matters with UN staff at the time of the earthquake. A detachment of 125 Chinese police are on the island as part of the UN stabilization force. The 8th riot squad, which hails from Yunnan province, arrived in June of this year for an 8-month deployment. Officials in Yunnan have said they can't release the names of those feared to be buried in the UN headquarters, but they have said that the 2 men and a woman from the province's Public Security Border Defence were in the building at the time. Information from Haiti remains sketchy due to the massive destruction the quake has caused. But as Chinese people remember the devastation wrought in their own country just a year and a half ago, and as desperate relatives await news from afar, one thing is certain: for victims and rescuers, this crisis is far from over. Linda Kennedy, BON.